Hello to myself and everybody else. So far, we're back looking at one of my old games, or the game I'm currently working on. And this, we're going to go with Story 2 of Buy Some Milk. So let's go ahead and get into this. Well, actually first, so far Story 2 I made a year after Story 1. And with this, I do feel like I got at least a little bit better with the music. I definitely got better with the level design. And the bosses, I say I got a bit better with those, but again, that's something I have to take a look at and see. So let's go ahead and look at it. Last time. This time. Story 2, Serial Search. Okay, that's enough. You got the milk, no problem last time. So all you have to do is buy some cereal. Hey, what about the store? They definitely would have to have some. Oh yeah. It blew up for some random reason. The gas station. I know they have to have some cereal. It's not that far away. Let's do this. So far again with it. Yeah, first I gotta say again, OBS sometimes messes up recording this. So on this stage, so if it gets choppy, sorry about that. But yeah, with this stage, I felt like I at least got a little bit better with the music and the stage design. I at least added more obstacles, so it's not just you walking forward with nothing like to get in your way. So I feel like I at least got better, like with some stuff decently like around when making this. Yeah, but so far when I was making Story 2, again, it was a year after the first one and everything. I was in school, or days I just got out for summer and everything. Started working on Story 2. Again, took planning and stuff while I was in class, making the music. For some reason, I can only make music once I have the stages made. So it just kind of took me just kind of messing around and just like seeing what I can do. Again, I felt like I definitely got better because it doesn't feel like it's as like, well, at least to me, and again, I'm biased, I feel like it's not as ear-piercing, or at least as like kind of lame as it was in Story 1. I at least do feel like I've gotten like a tiny bit better. I think when I get to Story 3, I definitely kind of started figuring something out with the music. Yeah. Yeah, it's another thing with this too, which is something I kind of like, because I'm playing the exported version that has stories 1 through 4. So this is the one that's out now. I'm making Story 5, and so far there's like some things I am like patching that I've like found when test playing the game again for like the 200th time. So with that, there will probably be like a little bit of like things here and there. How am I not hitting this guy? Jeez. Like I said, there'll probably be like little things here and there and all that that might happen, but again, as I keep going forward with the game, I do make sure I just like fix things that I find and try to patch it out the best I can and just see what I can do. You made it just in time. There's one box of cereal left. Now all you have to do is pay for it. Why does all this seem familiar? Oh yeah, you caused a little trouble last time you were here. We should just take the cereal and leave. Seems like the employees remember you. And it seems like they got more employees. This situation seems serious. good luck, buddy. And so far, this fight here, it's basically the same exact fight as the other one. Just now there's just like ads in the middle of it. But the thing is with this, I did like turn down the health of the bosses and stuff as well. So this shouldn't be as hard. They have like less health, but it still is like a little bit of a challenge. Nope. Nope, no. Good job. I knew you were heartless enough to get the job done. Now we can... Ha. Looks like he still has a little bit of fight in him. Just knock him out so we can... Huh? And this is the first time I made boss fights that had a second phase. And so far with this, again, just some crazier stuff with this game. Again, these boss fights really, again, to me at least, aren't like crazy difficult. But to somebody else, again, could possibly be. Wow. I totally thought you were going to die. Anyways. Now with the cereal in hand, you can finally... go after him. Again, just making these, it just still is fun for me just to go back and just see like the ridiculous stuff I put in these. Yeah, so I remember making these conveyor belts and everything. They were annoying to make. Because when I made them, there would just be like little things of like, it would kind of work, sometimes it wouldn't, and it took me a while to eventually figure out what I was doing wrong. So far with this stage, I specifically do remember something about it. Just the fact that, crap, just the, I cannot talk while doing this. Yeah, I was close. So that was like near the end of the stage and stuff too. The things I remember when I first made this stage was way longer than it was now. Like, so far I split this stage up, I think, into, 3 parts, if I'm remembering correctly. And the thing about that was, originally, I think stage 1 and 2 used to be one part. And me testing that, I was like, this crap is crazy. This stage is too long. There's no way to get past it with this, like, with the stage being this long. And when I put, like, I thought that and everything too, and then in my mind I was like, wait a minute, I'm the developer, I can shorten the stage if I want to. Like, I was just that into playing. I was like, this stage is like way too tough and just like long and difficult and everything for that. And it just turned out I could just shorten it. Yeah, me up to my old tricks again, being a terrible person. So I just mole people and stuff, just like stole the cereal and everything. So far with this, again, like I said, sprite wise and background wise, I felt like I did a pretty good job with this. Making different environments, different obstacles and everything like that. Again, I definitely know I can like improve and everything in the future, but right now I say I did pretty good. Music wise, It's okay and everything and stuff as well. It's better than it was. Crap. It was better than it was before. Yeah, here, this is a problem. You fall there, you're just dead. Again, this does remind me of just like older games from back in the day. You just messed up, you're dead. That was it. Nothing you can really do about it. Just play better. Yeah, thing with this too, let me retry. The reason why with this, the conveyor belts disappear when you die is that like, that was one of the things I had to like figure out when making this. You would die and it would just like crash. Cause it was like, oh yeah, the player doesn't exist. So I try to make those disappear. I think I know how to like fix that now, but it's still a thing where I'm just kind of like, it's a thing in programming when it's like, if it's not broke, don't mess with it, cause then you'll break it. Crap. There we go. Finally. This guy looks like he means business. Just throw a rock at him so we can go home. I can't believe you survived that fight. Anyway, you now have run. This is also one of the first auto-scroller levels I made too. Again, this really isn't as bad as like some, well, again, I'm biased, I made the thing. To me, this really isn't that bad. Like compared to some other stuff though, but this game does get tough, I ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah, and so we're on the next stage and stuff too and all that, if I had to say. This has some of like, this has music I genuinely do like. And so far as you'll see, this is another bit I kind of have with this game. I always make sure to just put in a giant explosion. I always make sure I put one somewhere in this. Well, that was unexpected. At least nobody important got hurt. And most importantly, you got the... Really? Again? Go get him! So far, this, I say, is probably some of the best music I made in this game. Because I actually felt like I figured something out on how to make music here. Again, I'm biased, so that's the whole thing with that, but I do feel like I feel like I at least did get better when making this. Apparently not playing this. Yeah, it just takes me back making this and everything. Just, again, I will be honest, I was a terrible person making this, but it's just, I still enjoy just like going back down memory lane making this. Yeah, this right here is another example of me being a terrible person. First time I made like water effects and like disappearing objects. It took a while to make these like disappearing platforms too, I remember that. Because I was like, how do I do that? And it's a bit more difficult than, well, people who know what they're doing, probably not as difficult. For me, it was difficult. And now I get past it perfectly. Yeah, this, I remember I think I toned this down because there was more monkeys here before. The reason I did this was because, one, I'm a jerk, and two, was because I just couldn't think of anything to put here. So that's why I just put like a bunch of monkeys and stuff in there. Again, crap, my hand slipped. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it out of this one, because there's a max on how high you go with this. Alright, so far, again from the top. I'll probably just skip there for y'all, unless I die again, I'll just throw it in. Oh yeah, one more thing I'll put in stuff too real quick is that, like, the sounds the monkeys make when they die, when they jump around, that's actually a sound that I got from something. There's no way anybody will ever know or figure out where I got that sound effect from. Because basically it's like a whole sentence somebody said, and I just like cut it down to just a sound effect I found funny. But there's like no way anybody will be able to find or know what that clip is, because I shortened it so much. Okay, so far again, I'll just jump when I make it to the end. Yeah, so far here, this is another theme for this. I think I did pretty well, but so far we're just going to do the story. We finally got you cornered. Now, throw a rock at him, take the cereal, and end this story. Why? Yeah, so far for this theme, I know it was, again, probably nothing special to anybody else, but to me, I really did like this theme. So far, the way I'm also fighting these bosses, again, there's like multiple ways to fight these, but for me, I just like do it the way I just find the easiest. Because again, you just like attack the face whenever you want, but I just like find taking the hands out like easier. So far, he always spits out a monkey and everything like on the third hit of the hands. So far, making this sprite just made out of like a bunch of monkeys and everything, it did take me a second to make this. Basically, it was just me just like doing a bunch of stuff. So far, the guy's up here on the top, the main monkey, he's holding a cereal above his head, but like can't really see it. Because you can't jump that high to be able to see it. But like, again, just little things like that I just enjoy doing with making this. Again, I'm just waiting around being patient. Yeah, so far again, just how this is. Finally, this monkey business is over, and we can now... Annoyed sound. He wants to go another round. Why can't he just... Oh. He has a banana. I can't believe we were so close to death. Anyway, I just did love this bit of him screaming. I think we should go after that bird to get the cereal back. Now. So far, this is another theme that I did just enjoy making as well. Again, story 2, I did feel like I figured out the music thing a bit better. I'm still not perfect at it, but at least figure something out. So far with this, you basically just have to survive like the waves of birds. Once you do, then you're basically fine. You still throw rocks and everything too, just by hitting enter or space, whichever one you want. So our thing in this too is that like the bird itself, the one you're holding on to, is basically just completely invincible. So like you're the only person, like so far it only hurts if you get hit, not the bird. Something I will say is that like again, because again I'm biased because of the fact that I made this, but I do like the way these birds look. They look really ridiculous. I just like how they look. So far I just drew these myself and everything, and it took just a second because I had no idea how to draw. Just took me a second to be able to make these. But something I will mention is that like, again, from story 1 to 2, you can definitely see how I like made the levels like more difficult. Instead of it just being basically you just like stand around, or not really stand around, but you just kind of stay in the same. Okay, let me actually think about what I'm trying to say. Basically, you just, instead of you just walking forward and that's it, and you just kind of mash the enter button, you have to actually dodge some stuff. And I died again. Yeah, that's the one thing about this, as I said before, it can take a bit to just like get through these stages. Even with me, the person that made them, like there's no easy way to do it. Just the only way to do it is just to do it. That's it. Something that does kind of like stick in my head a bit is that like, again with the songs and stuff here, I kind of do want to be able to make my stuff more catchy, because it would be good to be able to actually have like a bit of like, if the music like stuck in your head a bit more. Again, it might be because I made this and I'm a bit more biased toward myself, why I'm like, yeah, the music really isn't that catchy and it's kind of forgettable. But again, it's one of those things where I really would like somebody else's opinion on that, but so far I just kind of only have mine. So I just gotta like try to get better until I feel like I got good at it. Finally caught up to that little thief. Now take this thing down before something else happens. Also, again, I'm just gonna repeat again, if OBS gets choppy around here, I won't know until I edit this, so again, sorry if it gets choppy anywhere. Specifically, the next part that happens, that's a definite instance of it might get choppy. I don't really know, but again, just in case. One more hit. There we go. Ha! That stupid bird is dead. I mean, we defeated the bird and got the cereal back. Now you hear something? Really? This is great. No. Fantastic, actually. Why just a plane? Why not more birds, too? I hate this world. So far, that cutscene basically just showed you that again, letting the birds fly into the plane do damage into it, specifically the propeller. be honest with you, I do not know what I was thinking when I came up with this boss. At most, I would just like, I know I just come up with random ideas, but I genuinely do not remember what I was thinking when I came up with this whatsoever. But that's the thing with this one, like, only the birds are the only thing that hurts it. Yeah, this part right here, when the rain kicks in, I have no idea how OBS will handle this. So again, sorry if it gets choppy. I'll try not to say too much during this, so just in case, if I have to like cut parts of it out, I just can. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. Yeah, in this there's like lightning there. That's something I meant to update and stuff as well. That's something in the update. I'm gonna like make that actually like louder and more visible. What makes this boss like crazy tough is the fact that it's just waiting. Like, you can't rush this. You can't just like mash the button and get through it. You have to wait for these birds to show up, and it takes longer as the fight goes on. So if you miss one, it takes a while for it to come back. Yeah, I basically added lightning to this, so you have to move side to side. You can't just stay in place. And I missed the bird. So you can't just stay in one place. You have to move side to side, or back and forth rather. If I have to say, this is probably the most nerve-wracking fight in the entire game. Yeah, another reason why this fight gets nerve-wracking is because of this. Yeah, I messed up there. Imagine doing all this just for some cereal. God. That was not a worth trade at all. Who knows though, when you have one hit, that might be the run. I still do want to say this again, is that like, again, from story 1 to 2, I do feel like my boss making skills at least got like a bit better. Cause this is way more intense than something I've had to do. Like, cause like the other one, again, it was just like, learn some patterns, kind of mash enter and stuff like that as well. This, you gotta wait a lot more, dodge bullets and missiles and lightning. And then this happens. Yeah. I am interested to see how many deaths did this take me to get past it. Because this boss fight in story 2, besides the final boss, this is probably one of the toughest fights in this game. Because just the amount of waiting, the dodging, and you just can't get impatient. Even if you want to get back to where you were really quickly, you can't. You gotta sit there and wait. Yeah, there's the thing with this. Sometimes the plane does desync and stuff like from where you are. Again, not always a bad thing, but it does make it a bit tougher to kind of like get the bird. But at least you don't have to worry about the bullets. Again, just like old games back in the day, ages of NES and Atari, glitches would happen sometimes, or really we'll call them strategies. And again, nothing's wrong with that. It just takes some time to get past it, especially when you've been playing this for a while. You're just like, a new strategy, why not? I still don't want to say anything because anything could happen at this point. I could mess up somehow, a missile could hit me, I forget to dodge, I somehow get hit 3 times. I just want this boss defeated. Which this goes into the other thing I said I wanted my bosses to be. I wanted to be a thing like back in the day when you would defeat a boss, you take that huge sigh of relief and you're like, oh my god, I actually did it. The boss is defeated, I can say I won, and there we go. So where you can actually feel like you accomplished something, you take that big sigh of relief at the end. Plus the other thing with this game too is that, like, I wanted to feel like back in the day where it's like you would get a game, oh my god, I beat it. So far he crashed. So far I wanted to be like one of these games like back in the day where this would be like the one game you would have. You would buy it, your parents are like, don't ask me for nothing else for the rest of the year, and you would just have this one game. You got to play it over and over again until you got better at it and got past it. I want mine to be something like that because the amount of deaths I had definitely takes some time, but again, huge sigh of relief when I got past it. What? Nothing else? What else is going to happen to make this journey last longer? Of course. You seem to be falling. And from the sky of all things. You're probably going to die. But you got the cereal. Too bad it'll mean nothing when you hit the ground. Looks like you didn't die. Maybe next time. Also, aliens again? Really? So far we're in the final world, and one of my bits in this game that I love the most too, that just randomly I just made up while making this, is the narrator just getting more and more over this guy. The narrator just like can't stand this guy to a point. It's just a bit I just love. It just keeps going on with this game. So far, again, just as I kept making these, I just like actually just made more enemies, more obstacles, made it more difficult to play this. Some of the music on this, I do feel like the UFO theme in the first one's kind of a bit better. But like I said again, I still did try with this. Yeah, again, from the sound of this though, it sounded like I really didn't try, but I promise you I tried. I did the best I could with the music. Because again, learning all this on your own, you do the best you can. Crap. You can tell which way the conveyor belts are going by looking at them, but sometimes I just like get a bit confused looking at them. Yeah, this is not a safe spot. I still keep putting these near the end and stuff too and all that. Again, always one hit. And I still got that. So, there we go. I think we're halfway to the control center of the ship. It's another alien. It looks just like that one you fought last time. I wonder if it fights the same as the other one too. If that's the case, this will be a long and boring fight. Anyway, you know what to do. Yeah, so far with this boss fight, if I have to say, I still by far say this boss fight is probably, next to the cow, probably one of the worst bosses I've made. Because I kind of had no idea really what to do with this one. Thing is, to be honest with you, the one you're seeing now, this is kind of the fixed, better version of this boss. Because before, this boss was way worse. Like, the bounce, it would come down like really slowly and stuff like that too and all, and it wouldn't sync up with some stuff. It just was not good. Yeah, with this one, yeah, like another thing with this boss too, I remember, but just kind of messed up. For some reason with this boss, you could just like, it's like weirdly inconsistent sometimes, because you really can't hit this boss unless he's green. But for some reason, at some points you can just kind of hit him when he's red. I don't know why. I've tried fixing it too like a madman, but sometimes you can just like hit him extra. So I mean, that's really not a bad thing. That means you can just like kill him quicker, but like still, it just feels like the rules like inconsistent. Yeah, I got hit by that big sword hitbox. Yeah, like weird stuff like that will happen sometimes. I have no idea why. Yeah, like I said, inconsistent because I can't hit him anymore. And I died. Yeah, I'm messing this up like a madman. Again, can't wait to see how many deaths to take with this too. Which is weird because I remember getting past this one pretty quickly. Again, this just comes with like a long time between like testing the game and playing it over and over again. Have to gain the skill back. Again, it just really is like this part and everything here, like I said before, like based on just reviewing my own work, it just takes a while and stuff with this because it's not really crazy challenging. It's just mostly this and stuff over and over again and stuff like that too and all. Him just jumping around everything, and then when he comes back down, he kind of Scrooge McDucks on his like sword for a bit. And then it's just like really the slow like go up and down, which is like the worst part of it. Yeah, like that. It's like inconsistent. Sometimes you can just hit him. Sometimes you, like when he's red, you're not supposed to be able to hit him, but sometimes you just can. So like I said, with that, just kind of inconsistent. Really sorry about that. I tried my best trying to fix him. I could try that again, but bump it. It gives you an advantage because you can kill him faster. So I probably would just leave it in, but again, just try my best with that. I guess he was different. I'm still unimpressed. Anyways, let's hurry and get off the ship. This place annoys me in ways I can't fully understand yet. And back to more level. So far, that was just a mid-boss. Like I said again, the final boss in this, yeah, it legit is tough. I ain't gonna lie on that. So our teleporter. So far this stage, I'm pretty sure I just made like a bunch of like just random little trials and everything like that. So far, super easy. Again, just making up all these stages and everything like that. Again, does take a little bit of time, just like trial and error, just trying little things, seeing what can go down. Again, I still have fun making these and everything as well. I still do feel like as I go forward into the other stories, I get better. So basically, again, I'll just try to like show them off when I get to the other games and all that as well. Because I do want to try to like get through all the stories and everything on video and all that stuff as well. So basically, I'm going to have these kind of with my commentary and everything like that. And I'm also going to have like I'm also going to have someone without commentary and stuff like that too as well. Just like gameplay footage and everything. So I can just have someone with just like pure gameplay footage and everything like that. So again, if anybody just wants to like see how to get past some of this stuff, again, the footage will be there. And mostly just like the ones with commentary, just for me, just to like see myself just play the game, see the footage, and just kind of reminisce on this and everything a bit. Yeah, we'll be honest, some of these jumps are pretty tough. Like that, I just kind of walked dead into it. Again, it is absolutely a dick move of me to just like make it so I have to come back to here again, like back in the day. So far this game is free, so I'm gonna make sure you get tons of gameplay out of it. Yeah, whatever. So far again, it's free, make sure you get a bunch of gameplay and stuff out of this. There we go. So far I am a absolute terrible person because again, more of this, even more. And usually with this too, I factored people, yep, get here with one hit and they end up dying. So with that, you have to do it all over again. To me, doing this is, this is just hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Again though, I will say this. At least with this, it's not like I'm making like complete troll levels or anything like that, where it's like, you know, you play this and it's like, oh, there's no way to know this would happen ahead and you just die. Like, it's a legit thing where you're like, I know what killed me, I know what I have to do, it's just a bit tough to do. You have to play it over and over again. Yeah, I accidentally walked forward, dang. But again, something like this is a thing I do just kind of miss a bit. Just like games where you just like can play it for a while, you die a bit. With this, again, there's not really like heals or, well, you have a health system, but there's no like heals or anything like that as well. Nothing to be like, you can regain health. I didn't add lives or anything to make it like completely pointless to do stuff. It's just more of a matter of like, again, just takes trial and error, just time to just like get past it and everything like that. Because imagine if I put like game overs in this game, then I absolutely would be evil by far. Maybe in the future I might do that to another game, but for now, nah. There we go. So far, in the words of the narrator, finally. I thought that level would never end. And look, another alien. But not just any alien, the Alien King. Wow. So amazing. It seems like this is the last guy you have to deal with before we can leave. Finish this quickly so you can go home and eat your stupid cereal already. Yeah, I will say this with this fight. This fight is actually decently tough. So far it's the same thing as the first one. Guy that himself doesn't hurt you. And so far, unlike the other one, doesn't spawn in any like enemies or anything like that. You kind of just do this. The music, again, one thing with me in music, I'm not good when it comes down to like making boss themes. This isn't too bad, but again, still trying my best with this. Again, there's another thing. I'm making this boss fight look easy, but I'm serious. Yeah, this, right? Yep, the moment this happens, it's more difficult than you'd think. Dang it. Yeah, and again, like the fight looks easy, but legit trying to do this, it's actually pretty tough. If anybody can make it look easier, oh, I'd happily love to see that. Yeah, what makes this fight just tough is the fact that since he mixed up his shots shooting up and down, it actually does get a bit just tougher with that. I think just remembering the fact that like touching him doesn't hurt you, so again, you can still, and I'm messing up. Hitting him doesn't hurt you, so you can just like physically touch him and not really have to worry about anything. It just his shots and his crown and the lasers and your own annoyance. I messed up again. I keep dying around the exact same part each time. And I'm restarting it. Again, I remember I said before, I just had someone else play this. I basically had to stand over them to get them to play it, but with that, it's just a matter of it took them a while to also get past this as well. Because it's just a matter of sometimes the crown and the shot can line up. So it's just like you can have a crown just coming at you from one side, and then you have the shot coming at you from like low as what, like basically something like that, where like both of them, one's low, one's high, but it's like separated way more where it's harder to dodge. And as I said before, the only strategy with this is the only way to do it is just to do it. And don't be an idiot like me. Yeah, this happens sometimes too. If you just like double hit him sometimes, I'm playing like an idiot again. I don't have any words. I'm just stupid. And try not to jump into the shots. And try not to have that happen. Again, I should restart, but like I said, you never know when being last hit is the run, so. Okay, he's last hit, I'm last hit. See if we can do this, come on. There we go, we did it, wonderful. With the Alien King defeated, we can finally finish this story on a happy note. You made it back home safe and sound. hopefully nothing happens to make this adventure go on longer. Anyway, with the cereal in hand, you can finally eat your stupid breakfast. Yes! The story is finally over. The end. And with that, that was story 2 of Buy Some Milk. Again, with that, I say I at least got better when it came down to making the levels and the boss fights at the very least, except for like the mid-boss of like the alien mid-boss, but still, everything else I say I did at least a bit better. I made it look way easy, which it probably really is, but again, just still, this is a game where I still enjoyed really making it, and I do feel like from story 1 to 2, I did improve on stuff, definitely level design, music, definitely in some stages I improved way more, and basically moving on to the next one, or the next one we'll look at will be story 3 of Buy Some Milk, and that'll be the next video. So to myself and everybody else, thanks for watching.